Hey, I'm aaty. I've done a crazy amount of solo raids, and I occasionally stream them. And as a streamer, I get one question that keeps coming back day in, day out, and that is, how do I set up 4 to 1? What is 4 to 1? Can you teach it? Do you have any resources? This kind of thing. 4 to 1 is so prevalent among the raiding community, it's almost a joke that there are no guides currently that simplify it completely to just one action and understanding one key thing to get into it. It's not that other guides are bad, they cover theory fantastically, and they will be in the description of this video because this is not going to be about theory. I want to just focus on this one simple thing. And understanding and knowing this to get into Cycle will give valuable experience on how the cycle feels, how it contrasts against Olm's attacks, how it should look, and of course a contrasting point to things that you might be doing wrongly in other starting cycles and other setups. I'm going to be looking at a live recording of a raid that I did yesterday, and I needed only one clip from this raid, and that should kind of show how simplistic this is. It's a guaranteed setup that works every time, as long as you follow a couple of very simple rules. Rule number 1 is, funnily enough, tank Olm autos. Getting into 4 to 1 requires you to understand where Olm's cycle is. And in order to understand where Olm's cycle is, you can't be dodging attacks because that would skip them. It would also skip specials, it would even skip the null. And Olm will turn his head in place of that. We don't want that. So the first thing here is try and tank hits where applicable. Stand in a really obvious spot. And if you look at the screen now, we're going to be dealing with teleports. The second teleports are over, I make my way back over here, to this little grid that I have marked up. And this is going to be your starting point to get into 4 to 1 always. You could stay on thumb, but I suggest not, and that is because of the crystals that are about to occur now. The crystals are fine, that's not a problem, and I can just move off them into another tile in the area. Perfectly fine, simple. And the way we're going to start this is, the second I see Olm actually throw an attack, the second I see his head begin to move to throw the attack, I click the hand. And you should hover your mouse over the hand, ideally. This will give you plenty of time to react. You have 0.6 seconds, plenty of time. So if you look here, I wait for Olm's attack, I see it, my hand clicks, there we go. We are now one tick ahead of Olm. Or I should say behind Olm, since he attacks and I attack a tick later. This is the correct timing for 4 to 1, and it is super easy to get into this timing as long as you wait for Olm to attack you. You have to wait, and you have to react visually to what Olm is doing. After this, I simply do my second attack, because the null has just occurred. This is the theory part, you don't need to know anything about the theory, but the null has just occurred here. And he's turned his head because there's nothing else to do for him. He's turned his head to look at melee hand, and I now start the 4 to 1 cycle. That's it. We're in. So if you look carefully, we do 1 attack, 2 attacks, 3 attacks. We take 1 from Olm, and we do our 4th. Cycle repeats. 4 attacks for me, 1 for Olm. 4, 2, 1. How is that so easy to get into? Well, we've used the crystals as a starting point. If I go back here, I've used the crystals here as a starting point. And I've waited for Olm's attack. Bang. That's it. That's really all it is. This is by no means the only way to get into 4 to 1, nor is it really the best. But it is incredibly consistent and easy to pull off. To the point where someone with no raids knowledge, no 4 to 1 knowledge can do this, if they just follow, these steps. Take Olm autos. Don't dodge them. Don't run side to side. It's really bad to run side to side. Stay next to thumb. Click the hand after he clicks you. Begin 4 to 1 after your next attack. That's it. Super simple. We can replay this one more time. So I have a teleport. Go deal with it. Go back to thumb. Crystals will be occurring. This is fine. We just wait. Crystals. Okay. Get ready to click the hand. React to Olm's attack. One more attack. Begin the cycle. Done. This is, again, super easy. It's almost like a cheat code, considering the steps involved. And sometimes you'll get flame walled, sometimes you'll get acid. That's fine. Just walk it off, run around, get out the flame wall, and return. There are other timings to get in again, but I don't think they're worth mentioning in this case, because realistically, it's not going to make a difference to learning. Because when you're learning, you want to look out for how the cycle feels, what the cycle should be like against Olm's attacks, and this is how you do it. So it may seem a bit too easy, and learning the full cycle is difficult, but this is a great starting point. So yeah, that's all from me. I hope it helps, and yeah, see you guys in the stream hopefully. Take care.